Greetings and welcome to our daily walk through the scripture for December the 26th. Your readings today find you in Zechariah chapter 10 and chapter 11, Revelation chapter 18, Psalm 146, and Proverbs chapter 30, verse 33. Now, obviously, we didn't talk about the prostitute Babylon yesterday, given it was Christmas, didn't seem very appropriate. So we're going to back up a little bit so we can kind of talk about what this is, who this is, and then kind of get into chapter 18 today, because really our reading today, we're kind of in the middle of a song break, if you will, dance break. Revelation chapter 17, Revelation chapter 18, and Revelation chapter 19 all have to do with Babylon, and so we're going to kind of talk about that. So first of all, back up to chapter 17 just a little bit. Who is Babylon? Okay, well, Babylon is a great city. Now, we know Babylon, and the people that would have been reading this from John would have known Babylon as a great city that was no more at this time. Babylon had been destroyed. It had been gone, completely wiped out. And even to this day, the ruins of Babylon are still there. There's no great city of Babylon. So some people have taken this and interpreted it as that there's going to be another city literally named Babylon. I'm not sure that it's literally going to be named Babylon, but there will be a great city. Now, the reason why I say it may not be named Babylon is because Babylon, all throughout Scripture in the New Testament, was used as a symbol. It wasn't necessarily a literal. For example, when Peter writes, he writes to the children from Babylon, and he's talking there about Rome. Now, Rome, that would mean, oh my goodness, that means that Rome is Babylon, blah. Again, we don't know, because this talks about this great city, and it does talk about the seven hills, and someone says, well, the seven hills is the seven hills of Rome. Again, we don't know. This could be just a placeholder for a name, because Babylon, when people hear Babylon in this time, in the context of John writing, it meant basically the epicenter of everything that goes against God. Okay, that's what it means, basically. And so when you see Babylon, you know that this is the world of hedonism, the world of pleasure, the world of completely, well, the world. So when it talks about Babylon, we're talking about this incredible city that man has created, that man has turned into. Think of it like the Titanic, as unsinkable. This is the city to beat all cities. This is the most incredible city ever. And so when we look at this, what we're really needing to understand is that no matter how great we think what we have done is what we've accomplished, God is still more powerful. God is still far more powerful than that. So when we hear the woe of Babylon, the great is fallen, she's become a dwelling of demons and the kings, this is basically warning that, hey, this city that you think is so great, that is so full of all these fleshly desires, is really an evil place. And you need to avoid this judgment by avoid falling in the trap of following the things of this world and celebrating the things of this world. We are, people, we're really good at celebrating our own accomplishments. And if the truth be told, they don't necessarily mean anything. Let's use an actor. Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding Jr. is an actor that early into his career was celebrated. I mean, he did some incredible roles. He did Jerry Maguire. He did a movie with Jack Nicholson, As Good as It Gets, and he ended up winning an Academy Award for it. And yet, if you look at Cuba Gooding Jr.'s career now, a lot of his movies have been poorly received, farcical, not very good movies. In other words, what you think is celebrated now is eventually going to fade away and pass and mean nothing. And this is how we need to look at this and recognize that the fall of Babylon is inevitable. And for us to think that the things that we build here are of value, we're missing the point. Babylon is going to fall. All of our accomplishments are going to fade away. They're going to pass away. They don't matter. Ultimately, what matters are the relationships, which is why this woe and lament is saying, avoid the same fate as Babylon. Don't fall into her trap. As it says in chapter 19, I know I'm jumping ahead just a little bit, but we'll talk more about this. Blessed are those who are invited to the wedding supper of the Lamb. Now, being invited to the wedding supper of the Lamb just simply means this, that you are not fallen prey to what Babylon has celebrated, but instead have chosen to follow the one whose writer is called Faithful and True. Preview for tomorrow. So there you go. Babylon, who is it? What is it? We don't know, but what we do know is we don't want to be around it, near it, or a part of it. All right, there's our conversation for today. We'll talk more next time.